he's playing white over here, no handicaps. So, okay, so why would one come here and not come here? But then would you want to answer?
Come again?
So between these two places, approach here or approach here, which one would you choose?
Two,
Why?
because that side is much larger.
Yeah, this place is much wider, so sort of better to play here. And also if you play here, then you're, if this follows Joseki, so this group is separate from your left right side stones, so they can't really help each other. This way this can probably extend and help my lower right group. So he played a very passive corner
So
approach.
why not e3 to begin with instead of playing e4 in your approach? Why not one lower?
That's one
That works as
preference.
well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they both work, depends on what you want to do.
Hmm.
But with this, your
Yeah.
intent is not to invade his corner, right? With what you have now, it's more of an intent to sort of go after the corner if he doesn't protect.
So the normal kind of thing would be probably something like this. So we both are making our sides.
Yeah. So Rishi, normally the third line versus the fourth line, it's more about influence versus territory. So E3 is basically saying I want a part of the bottom side and maybe a part of the corner if you'll give it to me.
Okay.
E4 is saying I don't actually care that much about the corner. I want to make sure that I have influence pointing towards the right hand side and towards the center.
Okay.
So here it's able to make territory, but there are other sequences where it won't be able to. The
So
ball
here
is
I,
in white's court.
yeah, so here I have high stone, low stone, high stone. So that's a good shape to have on a side.
Okay.
He approached. I did the normal back off. Ba, 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 ba. And that's the most normal Joseki we have all seen. Nowadays, the more popular Joseki is becoming this thing.
Yeah,
No, no. From there, uh, ah,
no, that's correct.
yeah. So this is becoming the more popular thing nowadays. Normal, normal. Now go after the last corner that hasn't been approached. And this is probably the second Joseki that everybody learns. This was questionable. Always complete a Joseki if you can. यहाँ पर he should have extended or maybe even gone up here, because all of his stones here are on the third line. Having at least one stone on the fourth line would probably help. Or he can just play safe like this. This won't grow too much, but everything is stable. Instead, what happened is this.
What
So
happened then?
if somebody skips that, he again Tenukid. And now this is again a very questionable approach. Wanted to approach, should have been like this. He did was approach on the wrong side, the lower side. So I went ahead with my attack of his corner. He defended. Now I'm going after this stone. I don't have to protect this cut yet because I still have the corner. So suppose he does cut, I don't mind the ladder playing out because this will end up somewhere here and bump into me. So if you remember when I had done my question answer session, this is one of the shapes that we had seen. Lean on a stone so that you can extend from it. So now I am trying to get all of this area, and he still doesn't have a base. Now I'm squeezing him. He wants to get out. just reducing some of these liberties and making myself higher, protecting his cuts. Now I'm making sure that some of this becomes territory. Now, just like me, he is getting worried about my corner. Now I protect my cut, because at this point, let's say if I do something else, so stuff like this becomes irritating. So I have this group with no eye space and very limited places to run. So I might as well make some eye space and protect it. So now he gets anxious and tries to invade the corner. So yeah, I guess this is a pretty DDK move. A 2-2 stone
I
never
would
did anything.
say
We should
that.
probably have tried to go towards his stones. If वैसा होता, then they could have been a trade-off.
Yeah,
I take the corner and he takes
he takes
something else.
side.
Yeah, so that would have been normal. Instead, he went for a 2-2 and everything died. And this is where we ended the game.
Hey guys,
So,
how's it going?
uh,
Action.
so at this point, where should White be playing? Probably something like this or something like this, so that Black can't get much higher. Okay, but anybody else want to show games that they've played this week?
I have a game I played 2 days ago. I set the main time to 1 minute, and I thought no
And
one will accept, but someone did, and I
Oh,
won. Okay,
Blitz
let me
game.
share the link.
Didn't they share your screen directly?
you can present.
I'm on my phone.
Okay.
So I'll present. Uh, Black, Black is 17K
Yeah, I was kind of shocked. Why would someone play there?
because he's a 17K.
Honestly,
Uh,
I've seen this kind of behavior even at our level, Karan. What happens
unless
is that you try to overplay and then you in attack. Basically, you want to scare your opponent with making huge moves, playing
This
unconventional
this
moves.
that first move reminded me of the Hikaru no Go's Hokutaka preliminary. That guy
Dude, you
who
have
played
a very
five
good
five.
memory. I have no idea what that is.
again, they start the
So
game on the 5-5s.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Then Shindo played Tengen. Then he again played another 5-5.
No, this is how that game started.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, it literally would be happening at every level. I'm guessing.
Here, I think we can say that's a 17K, so he doesn't know what he's doing. All except one of his moves has been in one quadrant of the board.
This E3 move is quite weird.
I'm not even gonna comment on the black moves because
It
black
doesn't
will
even
just
have
play
a base.
randomly.
So why would White just not invade since Black has played so deep? Why not
He
increase
did, right? I mean, he clearly did right now.
right now?
Why
But
should do
the
this?
top level.
Wait, top left is fine for black. I mean, there is a lot of potential. Probably white can live in the corner. But, I mean, there are much bigger pieces on the board, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Why would
Like
white want to
the right
get
side
fight
is
into
open.
a fight for the corner right now? Exactly. Q10 will get a lot more, for example, potentially.
Now here white should be protecting this cut.
Hmm.
This is 2 spaces wide.
Yeah, I didn't saw that. Then I saw that again. Then I protected that.
No, that's too many wasted moves actually, because now you've spent 7, 8 moves out here.
Yeah. Here I lose a few stones.
Okay, you lose a few stones, but you get
Wow, that
Oh,
passed the
wait,
ball
wait,
across the
wait, wait,
whole
wait, wait. No,
board.
no, 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 no. You should have been able to prevent that reduction. Can you go back to when that happened? Edit 12 or something, Karan?
uh,
So let's see. This is fine. This is an overplay.
pole,
Yeah,
pole,
this
too
should
many
be at
This is
hands.
L12
an
at
extended,
best.
right?
Ideally,
Yeah,
this is better. Even L12 would work if you're trying to do that kind of stuff.
yeah, L12.
Because here you're just basically see even here, right? At the very least, you should defend L30.
If he does
Because
this,
now he's literally just out.
goodbye to all of their area.
I mean, it's not all of the area. I'm pretty sure he
A
has
lot.
everything. He has 10th line territory on the bottom side.
So he lose at least this much.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens in the game, right? He loses quite a bit.
Yeah, yeah.
That was avoidable somehow.
And what did you? Oh, and you gain nothing.
No.
You're still letting him walk in.
See,
So
again,
if
out here, you're playing moves that are attaching moves, right? That's probably not the right way. What's your objective out here? Your objective out here is not to kill him because there's nothing to kill anymore. Your objective out here is to make sure that you keep as much of your territory as possible.
Yeah.
So I would actually say let him come inside. Now that he's inside, I mean, you might as well let him come inside. You have to make sure you protect whatever is inside.
Okay.
So
something like
what
that,
do you?
let him get this junk. You make
Yeah.
sure he doesn't get anything else.
He doesn't get anything more on the top side or the bottom side. I think what Karan is doing would make sense in the sense that the bottom side is much more cached than the top side. So defend that first. So here,
Yeah.
this attaching move is not a good idea. In these kind of situations, the moment you attach, your opponent gets stronger. So it's
Yeah.
better to play something that's further away, like
Play away.
exactly.
If you play away, you can at least defend yourself again.
So it's a stronger way of doing the defending.
If you play too close, he
Then
can
you have to
poke
worry
you,
about
and now you have stuff like this. So when time to defend, play away. When time to
And even
attack,
if you
then
want
attach.
to protect the top side, it's better to play this one step above where you played it or 2 steps above where you played it.
Not attaching, right?
Not attaching, correct.
Not that.
That was, yeah. One second. Okay, no, that's fine, that's fine.
Not much.
So one good question, is an invasion possible in the bottom right corner?
Invasion where?
Bottom right by black.
Yeah, probably should be at
I don't
least 2
see.
or something. Like if you 3-3.
So I've heard that according to Go professionals, it should never be possible.
It should not be.
If you have such a strong
Just
wall
make sure.
on this side and on the top side, it should never happen.
So let
What-
black run, just not get two eyes.
What happens if you start with 3-3?
3-3 is probably the best start. You shouldn't start with the attachment out here. 3-3 you can probably defend on this side and
And now
Yes.
R4.
So I think this ends in co.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this.
so
yeah.
wait, instead of Q3 then you can just play S4.
Instead of Q3.
Yes.
S4 S4.
S4.
It steals the base basically. it pushes white towards the right or to defending. Yeah.
Cutting point, cutting point.
So then don't make the cutting point, play p4. No.
And
S4, S4. I think S4 is important. I've seen that in lots of places. You don't really play to
yeah,
defend the
so
side.
there's some shape like this that ends in ko.
Black should, I think, start with R4 after R3, so that white doesn't get 7.
Yeah, I'm not convinced Q3 is the correct response. That's my only thing.
Oh, also, I think I'll
This
have to
is
go now.
okay.
Bye.
My friend.
Leads to a ko. Go up, block, and this is the ko.
It's a disadvantageous score, but
Yeah, the black has nothing to lose. White only has something to lose. Take it. Does anybody else want stuff reviewed?
Yes, I have this match. Okay, wait, I need to get the link.
So Prabhat and me are also playing a game right now. I offered him key we can do a review. He wasn't interested.
Yeah, I gave you a link on the thing. So this game was correspondence, and I was playing so slowly, looking at everything.
Okay. Joseki. Okay. All normal. This is the first questionable. Normal would be maybe low approach. Or even a 3-3 at this point.
I don't know. I didn't want my group there. I wanted to make a group there, but I didn't want it to be completely surrounded. So I thought, let's start high.
So he denies you a base. This is not good.
Yeah, I should have taken a base probably.
At this point, I would
Instead of P4, yeah.
that or that.
yeah, or even moving out. I mean, something like M4.
Yeah, something like this, or even that. Too passive right now.
I think I do that just the next turn.
Okay, so wait. This is bad shape, so most probably a bad move. He goes for the 3-3. Double Hane.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Over here, double Hane is good for black.
Yeah, that's why I did it. That group is so restricted.
Yeah.
Okay, this is probably not too helpful because white can get. Yep, that's what white did.
Yeah, that's what he does.
Yeah, what I would do out here is I would surround the pawn. Okay, I would play something like E13 or E2, even D13 maybe. Because if white does nothing,
D13.
white's a threat of dying. And then you're basically building up strength to maybe cap the J17 stone or do something to it later.
Yeah, I should have done that earlier. He didn't give me the chance to do that.
Yeah.
Well, that's
yeah,
what I
Even
thought.
here, you don't need to respond to J17. What is J17 doing?
Yeah, it's not hurting you right now.
Nothing, actually,
And you
yeah.
know, And at this
And
point, if you act against it, he'll do something automatically. So
In,
don't do
in,
something till stuff
yeah,
happens.
and
in
extensions on
fact,
both sides are MIA, in fact. So
Exactly.
I
exactly.
can wait for him
L17
to
and
extend.
S17 are MIA
Yeah, so
for black.
यहाँ पर first try to get some more strength. So he'll probably crawl away. Now he's living.
Yeah, you're basically poking to become stronger. You're not really poking to kill.
Yeah, this still, even if it's alive, it's still a small restricted
Yeah.
shape.
Yeah. So
No,
now
it's
you have.
definitely going to live. I mean, that's not really the problem.
Yeah. So now it's
The, co-
living, and you have two additional stones over here, and
yeah,
you
so
have
now you
connected
can
this.
play something like J15. Or depending on what you want to do, you can actually push him towards your strength. Play L17, and then he
Now
has to make a base, and now play a J15 or K15 or something.
Yeah.
Basically, there's a
now
lot more mischief you can do.
now something like this is a
No, that's
better
also a
thing
good
to play.
move. Hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Because once
What
you do
happens in the
this,
game?
okay, you're scrambling to make life even though you can run outside. So
Yeah, I
this
mean
is
that's again a
passive.
very small, very slow move.
Hmm.
Yeah, and with that move out here, okay, he didn't play this correctly.
I
Ideally, what you would want to do is you would want to push a D18 so
Yeah,
that you
you
can.
should have extended at D18 and then cut.
no. B18 first was correct.
D18 is correct.
Yeah. So the only reason people do this is so that they can get a free move on E18, which is what he did. So he's just trying to make his base more pakka.
Hmm.
Inside.
Oh, now I connected underneath.
No,
What
he
if
can't connect from that side. Yeah.
you had done this?
He could have connected to the Ponuki, right?
Not immediately.
Okay. But that would still have been much lower overall for him. How could he have connected? Yeah. He can't connect out.
It's four spaces. You can't connect directly.
Really?
Yeah, so if you
I
had
thought he
done
could
this,
connect.
that was also captured, and now you're skirting under him.
I mean, it's still not a great position to be. Ideally,
Yeah, now this Ponuki is even more strongly attacked. So I hope that's what you did next. Yes, you did.
yeah. So that's letting him escape out.
Mm.
Maybe
Yeah. Yeah, probably D13 would have been a better
D13
attack
might have
against
been
him.
better at this stage, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's not a great place for white to be, actually. I still think white can live, but white's going to give black a lot of strength on the outside.
Yeah, I just need to do this to live.
Not really. C13 pokes the eye out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this definitely weakens you. Although that's not too bad either. I mean, this is a way of playing. You can make sure, because the objective should be to kill F17.
This thing is not too weak. It's also outside. So you
Yeah.
should be attacking this rather than responding to his attacks. And now he's
Yeah,
gonna die.
I was thinking of running out this Ponuki group and sort of strengthening both sides, but it didn't work out. And now they're both connected, sort of.
Akshay, I've noticed one thing in this sequence of moves. Whenever your opponent plays away, you follow your opponent. So it's called puppy go. It's something you
Yeah.
need to recognize as a pattern. Sorry, an anti-pattern basically. Because in
Yeah.
quite a few of the situations, at least in this game, your opponent's the one who tenukes.
Yeah.
You're asking him to peep you. Not good.
So, for example,
Yeah.
right now also, even the series of moves that have been played, every sequence of moves that was played on the right hand side is not as important as something like G16. Because I think G16 still cuts.
G16 cuts what?
Yeah,
It cuts the two stones off. Yeah.
yes. And now the top is quite weak. The top needs to live. And in fact, the pawn ok group is also not fully settled. So now you can attack that instead. You can play something like G11 now.
Yeah. I was just thinking I'll settle the right a little bit more and come back, but I never
Correct.
actually
So
got
if you
the
actually go
chance
back,
to.
if you look at the move that started it, right? You were playing on the left hand side. White played H15, you played K15, white played H13, you played K13.
Yeah.
Then white played away,
Yeah, and I followed
right?
him.
Correct. So now you need to evaluate what's the worst thing white can do in this situation with that P7 stone. Is it really that bad if white takes the Q5 stone? That's all
Probably
white
that,
can do, right?
or maybe that. That's it.
Otherwise, you're pretty much alive out here.
So
Which
do you
is
Yeah,
think?
why you
just
need to look
up
at
to
it
my
and say,
level.
okay, he's played away. That means I can get 2 turns in this area if I think it's more important, the top left area.
Yeah.
So he's basically
Also,
given me a second chance. Now, that's kind of what Karan was mentioning earlier also with Tanish's game. I don't think you were there for that, but the others would be. That's why you don't really play away when there's a Joseki, because you're basically giving your opponent a free chance out there. And depending on the state at which you are, that might not be a good idea. So in this situation also, your opponent's done the same thing, and you can leverage that.
And also, if you're afraid of something getting cut, decide if that is an important stone. Right now, your Q5 stone, is it doing anything important? Is it keeping
no.
his weak group separate? It's not doing that. Is it something that you can extend from and reduce him a lot? Again, not really. So this Q5 stone is doing nothing.
No, it's what, 5 points or something like that, worst case scenario.
Not that bad. If he does this. Now you have another weak group and you have another cutting point over here.
The
Yeah,
ladder,
that's what he does. That's what he
who
does.
does the ladder work for?
अभी तो this black turns, black needs to get out.
Let's.
No, black doesn't need to get hurt.
No,
Black
no.
can protect the
Ladder
card.
works for black,
Ladder
I
works for
think.
black.
But that's not what happens. I don't. I didn't even read that.
Okay.
Uh,
Oh, okay.
I just thought, forget those two. I'll restart.
now white has a super strong shape in middle of the board. Now you can
Wait,
extend out from that
one quick
wherever you want
question
to
out
go.
here. If you want to leave white, then why did you play N7? If you're saying I don't care about those stones, then N7 is not the right move. Just play away, right? Play something like, if you want to play locally, play something like M5.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, there's literally no sense in staying there if you don't care about those stones. Because what you're doing
Yeah,
is you're
because
basically,
I was.
forcing white to capture out here.
Hmm.
And him
Yeah,
capturing is not to your best interest.
I was
Sorry?
never actually hoping to ever make territory in that area. It was such a
Hmm.
mess anyway.
Yeah.
And here you can get cut, which you did.
It's just screwed up. The whole sequence is screwed up.
No, wait. This is not that bad also. Is there some... Okay. I don't know how that worked.
White
White
had
just
done this.
continue. But yeah, I was wondering what happens if black cuts the other side?
Black
If
cuts
there's a
the other
black
side.
stone at K6 instead of J5.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't work because the N7 stone is an Atari.
Mm-hmm. Some forcing move similar to what happened in the game. Yeah, okay.
Alright, stay connected.
Why wouldn't you capture it? Yeah.
Just stupidity.
Now, honestly, if you look at right now, white can probably kill the black group. Instead of playing K7, white should actually just attack. Maybe something like O2 or something like that.
That is. ये करो. This is one stone in middle of 10 of your stones. It can't get away.
Yeah, that was a huge mistake. And then I struggled to. This guy made a huge dragon there.
This is bad. Because now White's been able to connect to, I think, Q11 or whatever, right?
White is out.
Oh, it's too late.
Yeah.
I think N13 needs to be avoided basically. We need to stop N13 from happening. So even here, something like this might be better. It's not great, but it's still not too bad. Correct.
I didn't care much about this because your left side and right side have a lot of liberties.
Hmm.
So you can probably play him out.
So the way to actually deal with these, and this is something that Dwyron does a good job of explaining, is just go back to the start when White plays that first stone, right, Karan? At this stage, you need to evaluate, okay, where will White want to go? So clearly, White will want to go down. That's the only way White can actually connect out. If there's no place for a base, White can't do anything else. Which is why at this point, you should say, okay, I'm going to stop White from going down.
So now, how confident are you? Are you just this confident, or this much, or this much? How confident are you?
Yeah. But the point is that that's the direction in which you need to
Yeah.
play.
Capture it.
No, it's
Safer.
fine.
Oh, it's dead anyway.
Yeah, it should be fine.
So all I was able to get was these 3, 4, 5 stones in the middle. And
That's it.
he
It's
saves
like
most of it.
to do this. It matters. Nah, not really.
No, that doesn't work.
How do you play under his
I do
stone?
this so late, extremely late.
Yeah.
And I do it wrong. Yeah, I screw it up.
Oh, he's able to connect there. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Rishi. See you next time.
This part AI was able to tell me. And I got it quite quickly. The way I screwed up on the top left.
No, you can't do that, Karan. N4. No. White will play N4.
Yeah.
Okay, it's just a reduction then. Take it. Or at least the same thing.
This way you have sent it.
This was a huge mistake here on the top right.
Oh, you lost.
Go back a
Okay.
bit. Yeah, I lost the corner. You see this P17. No, not that. There was one move that I ignored. No, I don't see it. Yeah, P17 actually. I think I should have cut it off instead of defending.
See, here. No, okay.
Just stop
Yeah,
the
if you go back where he plays P17. Yeah, I should have cut it off instead of defending it. I made this mistake.
No, that
Yeah.
wouldn't work
No,
either,
no,
right?
not work. You would do this. That's
Oh yeah, then those
says
two stones are
capture.
gone. But I still keep the corner, right?
Eh, not
Get it?
really. It's probably dead. It's a rectangular six in the corner right now, no?
So is this
Yeah.
one of those dead shapes, or is it?
It's a bent four. Oh, sorry, it's a L shape with a few less stones actually. Q17 will make it an L shape.
No, this way I have life.
So I think White would just play S19. I think
Yeah.
that's the standard. S19 T18. Yeah, those are the standard places.
Which probably kills.
No, because White needs to respond on the outside now. You mean here White needs to respond on the outside, but there's no way for Black to get another eye
So
out
why
here.
does white need to respond? Black does this. Black still in Atari. Doesn't matter what black does. But why does it need to respond here?
Yeah. Okay. Okay, thanks guys. A bunch of following moves, not taking center. Well,
Yeah, puppy dog go.
yeah.
That's a good takeaway from this game, honestly.
Vamsi, Soumya will do a newbie go meetup in 1 hour. You can join that.
Yeah, I'm planning this over a WhatsApp call.
Okay.
You
So-
want me to create a meet link for you,
No,
Soumya?
no.
We'll get a recording then.
I've been doing this for last few days. I've done this already 3-4 times. So what I'm doing
Okay.
is getting Shoham and Shayok, and I'm playing against them, giving them tips, reviewing their games. So today I'm going to let them play each other. Then I'm going
Okay.
to review their games.
Very
So what
nice,
sort of
very
rating
nice.
are these games?
Huh?
What sort of rating are these games?
Rating?
Beginner.
What?
Beginner, as in
Oh,
25K,
yeah, they're
20K.
around 20, 24K. Yeah.
Okay, perfect for me.
Vamsi, have you filled in the sheet?
I didn't actually because I'm unranked. And should I just mention that I'm unranked at the moment?
Yeah. I mean, unranked normally means around 30Q.
Yeah.
That should be fine. That still helps us from the point of view that. Otherwise, you can always fill it whenever you want. That's not an issue. It's just
Okay.
easier for someone to find you if they want to challenge you and things like that.
Okay, so I'll fill that up.
Hey,
Yeah,
Soumya,
thanks.
what are these? What is this other meetup? Sorry, I was
Yeah,
doing something.
I'm doing this for other two students. I have two Kung Fu students whom I'm teaching. So I am playing against them and reviewing their games, giving them tips. So today I
Oh, okay,
plan
okay.
to let them play each other and then review their games. And I'm hoping that other two people are going to join, but I'm not sure yet.
This
Okay.
is also online.
Yeah, I'm doing this over a WhatsApp call.
Oh, okay.
And nobody from the IAGA is helping you out in Calcutta.
Hmm.
They're dead.
Oh, dude, I keep forgetting. I'm gonna send the mail
They're
to them.
branded. The other IAGA, the International AI Go Association, is better than the Indo Amateur Go Association because they're still giving me certificates. I just got my 9Q certificate today. on 9 by
Nice,
9
nice.
board. Until the 11Q certificate, it was pretty fast. I took some time to get up to 9Q. It was hard. I lost a lot of games. But if they had tests for bigger boards, it would have been better.
It's too much bandwidth, right, for them, I'm guessing.
Hmm?
Yeah, so let's see. Me versus Shashwat. Half the game has been played till now.
Hey. No taking help, okay. I'm happy with the game, honestly. I'm not too worried.
We'll just stop where the game ends. Just review till what has been played.
Okay.
So Kobayashi opening. That's called Kobayashi, right?
Yeah, something like this. I mean, Kobayashi, I think generally you go for.
That was strange.
So guys, this
Wait, this is one
F3K4.
of the standard responses.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I prefer this because the Q17 one gets a little aggressive for me, and I haven't studied that well enough. These I'm comfortable with.
Guys, this F3K4 extension,
Yeah.
doesn't it leave weaknesses? I'm always uncomfortable making this.
It does. But then the point is that you play this when there's a chance that you can go into the corner or something
Yeah.
like that. You don't necessarily worry too much about it because black has the chance to play something like D2 or something like that later.
Anything like this. Black gets the wall outside and white gets the underneath.
Okay,
That's
this
one of
is
the
what it
plans.
leads to.
And that's one of the plans.
That's
So
just an
there-
example. I'm
yeah.
sure there are other ways.
So there are books on Kobayashi opening. Or you
This
can
is
even
called the
check
Kobayashi.
since. Yeah.
No,
This extension.
Kobayashi is like the first 4-5 moves. The extension is not called Kobayashi. Kobayashi is basically saying that you want to. Actually, I just open it. It'll be easier. I think I'm also not 100% sure.
Yeah, this is exactly what you did.
This is Kobayashi.
Yeah. And you did, yeah, same thing.
Well, it's exactly Kobayashi.
It is Kobayashi.
So on this page, you can just read about what is black planning, what does black hope. So if white does this, then black gets the bottom very nicely.
Right.
Or the other plan black has is pincer white. Now white have to run out, and there's already a black waiting for him out here.
Yeah, this is a great setup for a pincer.
So these are two plans that black has for Kobayashi. Either make white run or try to take the top.
Yeah, and white is naturally going to play either Q5 or R5 because
that's why the
most
usual
open
the usual approach for white here is a far approach instead of a close approach. So now white can't really get pincered that badly. So white probably does not have to run out and bump into the black stone. The same funda is in the Chinese opening also. Black wants white to approach so that he can pincer white.
Yeah.
So you can read the similar wiki page on Chinese opening. Okay. So over here, is this a normal move for white, or just white should just do this?
Well, white should play P18. It's a very, very slow, simple, sober opening.
Isn't the normal
So this
move
is
for
Gote
black?
actually. Because black doesn't need to respond out here. And black's alive because black can either do S18 or extend out. So this sequence, I mean, it didn't really matter because anyway I get sent to this sequence. But yeah, this is considered slightly bad for white.
Yeah, somebody else was saying something?
Yeah, after R17, isn't the normal move for black to just descend to S17 instead of the tiger's mark? Yeah, after this, white blocks.
I don't
and
think
then
S17 is standard, Akshay. I've seen R16, I've seen P17, and I've seen S16. I have not seen S17, at least not much.
Yeah, so this is the new Fuseki. Over here now black have two choices, either make influence or take the corner. Black have these two choices, depend on what he wants to do.
Okay. But I've never seen this Joseki. Wow.
It's a more modern thing. It's
Yeah,
not.
this is the post AI Joseki.
Mhm.
It was known before but not favored.
Acha.
Before this was the favored Joseki.
Yeah.
So post AI, वो तब हुआ है. Okay, you have your double wing. I have my enclosure. I probably want to make some kind of a nice big block here.
Here I played. There was one move I played wrong. This move. I let you do the elephant's eye, right? This was a big mistake. I
Yeah.
was thinking a lot about this move. I should honestly just have extended or played something simple. Yeah.
So
It would have
you
been a
like that.
different game. I think it would have been
Okay.
better for me. Yeah. No, I think it's important for me to protect my left hand side group. I just did a very bad job of growing and protecting. So this is exactly what it is, right? Don't half-ass two things. So I tried to take one move that does both of those things, and I actually led to my top group becoming much weaker as a result of that. And I had to get the honey at the head of two stones to make sure that I actually live on the top, which is not a good position for me to be.
So I have my nice box over here, so I'm happy. Now I keep poking you, making my area.
So if you look at this right now, I have decided that I am solid enough that I can escape out, which is why I'm playing away, Akshay. And I'm trying
Yeah.
to apply pressure on these two stones. And here, as you can see, he's using my weak group to attack my top group. The reason why Karan's playing F10 and H10 is not to attack these three stones. It's actually to attack the top side. Because the
To
moment
attack
he
the
becomes
top.
stronger, I become much weaker.
Yeah.
Now at this point, my lower left group is in danger of dying. And now I have to make sure that I reduce the ice space. So that's what I do over here. And I get my group cut. So now that's a headache for me. So over here I have very awesome second line territory. So now it's very hard to attack a group with a weak group.
Was there any way you could avoid it being cut? Can you go back? No, this is too late. I think instead of L18, play M18 out here. I think you played M18 after this. No. Huh? This, yeah, this is fine, I think. What was my. So here itself, I think black can do M17 instead of doing K17.
But you get eyes. And I can no longer attack you.
I think it's a trade-off. If you want to make sure I can die, then you need to.
If I had done that, then I think that's more attackable.
No. I can just Hane out here. You have to defend and then the same sequence happens. No, this doesn't work. Anyway, something similar happens in the game.
Now I try to run out, and now he keeps getting stronger while I try to crawl. So he's getting very nice fourth line territory.
No, this sequence I found very weird, dude. What was this?
Nah, I was hoping I would somehow cut you off.
How will that cut me off?
If you had done this.
Even then, I'm not cut off. How am I cut off?
What I had seen is you did get cut off somehow. Yeah, so that didn't work. So I get some forcing moves, increase my ice space over here. No chances of killing him now.
Wow.
And what have I given him? I have given him all of that, probably some of this, and I have this thing which can still be scouted from underneath.
Hmm.
And this is also in danger of dying.
Yeah.
So I'm giving
I
him this
think
as
this
one.
move was a mistake. Q8 was a mistake on my part. I should have defended because QA, you don't have that much of a danger out here. You're not really going to threaten me that much. I think something like anywhere else, honestly, even just an attack out there, I think Q8 was bad for myself.
So this was my Hail Mary to try and invade you. यहाँ पर I think I should have done this.
No,
So
we're very different.
even if you take that, something else, this will
You
survive.
still have a reduction,
Instead I did this and now I'm cut off. And we are at this stage.
yeah. This is where the game is right now. So I'm somewhat worried about J8 in the game, but I don't see this as a major issue because I have enough strength out here.
J8. J8.
Yeah.
Yes.
Basically, some sort of push out here. I mean, that's
Nah.
going to reduce something. Apart from that, I'm not too worried about M3 and M5 anymore. I'm quite happy with how they are. The
This
only
doesn't. This is nothing from what I see.
Yeah, it's nothing major. The only thing is that you might be able to use it to make the L7 cut work. So I am trying to be careful about that. But honestly, it's going to be a little difficult to make the cut happen, I think. Yeah. Or to connect basically your groups.
This is another game I'm in middle of, and I am trying to kill a very big dragon.
Oh, that is a very big driver after that move.
So at this point, black is leading by probably 10 points or so. So I know I have to be aggressive. And we have this big dragon that can be cut off with one shot like that. So now the next 50 moves that has continued are making sure that remains cut off and does not get two eyes. So यहाँ पर I had to give him one stone, but that does not convert into an eye.
It does. Oh, now it does.
Well, yeah, now it doesn't.
Wait, what was his move before your E13 move? Okay. Quickly go ahead. Here. Oh, okay, you threatened to cut
yeah.
him off. Take it,
Okay.
take it. No, but I would. Okay, take it. That would still be very big for white. Okay.
And now यहाँ पर we are playing with a big capture, which I am just avoiding by one liberty. So now this whole thing is cut off, but this middle group is also surviving on one lib. Now he's trying different things. यहाँ पर he has one eye, and he's trying to make another eye here. He can only make that if he can force me to play somewhere else while he tries to make his eye. So what he's trying to do is, if he gets to play here and here, two out of these three places, he gets an eye. And here is where we are right now. This, though, I don't think he can get away. We'll know in the next couple of weeks.
Nice.
Vamsi, this is one site you should go to. It's called Sensei's Wiki, and you should go to the starting points page.
Okay.
And it has something called pages for beginners. This is where you can start from, get your basic fundas in place.
Right.
And one thing you can keep on reading are called the Go proverbs.
Right.
So if you know the proverbs, it's like a basic map of how to play. If you keep the proverbs in mind, you're always good.
Guidelines. I wouldn't say map.
Yeah.
Instead of guidelines.
Right.
And they're
Current
easy
really
to
believes in
remember,
these
kind of.
guidelines.
Yeah. But he used to
Current
mention these even
really
back in the
plays with
past.
these. Huh?
Yeah.
He used
What
to
do you mean by
mention
the
these even
past,
10 years
Ramsey?
back. Oh, as
Oh,
in,
okay, okay.
I used to know him from way back, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he used to mention them even back then.
और कुछ करना है?
No,
I don't
I
have
think
any other
this is
games.
enough for today.
Yeah. ठीक है,
Yeah,
send me
it's
the
good.
video तो upload कर देंगे.
Yeah.